Hey everyone, Miacidae here. Welcome back to Darkest Dungeon. Today we're going to be going into the Sunward Isle. We're going to be going into this medium short because it's actually the only veteran I have available to me today. And we're going to be testing this Followers of the Raiju hunt for you, which I haven't had very much luck with. I've never had them appear. So we'll see if they appear for me today. And if not, well, I'm not going to put much stock into it and I'm just going to have fun in the Sunward Isles. We have a little bit of a odd party today. So we're going to have Ching, the Corsair, mainly staying in the front row, using 1,000 cuts as her main attack going forward. The other move I'm mainly going to be using is Face Me. High accuracy base, I believe it debuffs the target to do minus 30% damage versus anyone that's not marked, which she will mark herself and give herself a lot of dodge. She will also debuff whoever she hits on it to get plus 80% damage received for 1,000 cuts, which is the main move I will be attacking with, and Disembowel, which is the other attack I have, to get plus 100% bleed amount received from, well, Disembowel, which seems like it might be fun. We will see. And then for our trinkets on her, we have Plundered Riches, plus 20% damage on her, minus 7 dodge at Death's Door, minus 15% healing received. However, on monster kill, buff self for 5 dodge. I'm not sure how long the buff lasts. We'll have to find that out. I think I've tested this before, I just don't remember it. And then I have a Mother's Mask on her because she is going to be marked most of the time. So on top of the 17 dodge she gets from this, Mother's Mask gives her 15 dodge, just like an improved Ancestor's Coat, because it also gives her plus 2 speed and no stress. So once I use Face Me, she's gonna have a grand total of about 62 dodge. Gonna be awesome, considering, veteran level, not champion level. Then we're gonna have Barristan, the Highwayman, in rank 2. So that means we have the Great Thunderer, which plus stun chance if in position 2. Also plus damage melee skills, which is Crush and Retribution. Minus accuracy for melee skills, which is fine. Actually, I should probably put a plus accuracy thing on him, but we'll see. So I thought it was kind of funny to have two maces on him. So, does he have plus any accuracy on him? He does not really. So we're gonna see how this goes, because he's gonna have pretty low accuracy. And some stuff in there is gonna have some pretty high dodge. Let's change that out as funny as it would be. Just because he was gonna have some pretty low accuracy because the Great Thunderer, it would have brought him down to 85 base with Crush and Retribution. I decided to switch out the other thing I had on him, which is a little unfortunate. It would have been kind of funny, but instead we have the thing's Mesmerizing Eye, which is going to give him plus scouting chance on every monster kill and give him plus 10 accuracy, kind of outweighing but not totally the Great Thunder. But otherwise he's going to have Crush for his main attack. That's going to do most of the damage. We're going to use that after Retribution, which gives him a riposte. We also have Bolster for plus dodge, minus stress, and Defender. I know I could have used Command for a little extra accuracy, but that kind of negates the whole I'm using him as a damager. We then have Christopher the Forlorn again, using Whiplash as a little bit of a bleed, Hunter Strike due to armor piercing, and just on attack buff of damage versus bleeding. Bloody Cross do bleed everything. When recalled, do even more bleeding for AoE bleed. On attack hit, if versus bleeding, buff himself for plus 5% crit. Also using Private Rations as an emergency heal. He does have a request for aid, so any crit he does, plus 20% damage versus bleeding for an entire party buff. Also gives him plus speed and plus debuff chance. However, we're not really debuffing. That's more for like Expunge and things like that. And then the Bloody Tears, just because that helps out on Bloody Cross so much. So plus bleed amount on range skills, but minus bleed duration, and also minus bleed amount on his Whiplash skill. We then have Whitlock, the Courier Hunter, with Serrated Cane again, Old Blood, Courier Bell, Phantasm Shell, kind of how I've been using her. Umbilical Cord for plus healing done. However, it does give her plus 4 duration, plus stress dealt. Friendly skill for plus damage per 25 stress, buff on target. She does have the Ancestor's Portrait. I am going to try my best to change that over to someone else so she does not level up faster. And we'll see how that works in general. Okay, everyone but Whitlock had the upgrade, so now we're good. Let's have some fun. I do not really expect, like I said, to run into these guys from whatever. I think this is a Raiju thing, but we'll kind of see what happens. Of course, bringing Kraken Ribbons to level everyone up faster. I'm going to bring the Yellow Hand Ribbon for scouting chance. And beyond that, I think I'm going to bring a Training Ribbon for Barristan, and we'll be off. Alright, so everyone gets the Kraken ribbon, of course. Bearston, who's already getting the scouting chance, gets a yellow hand, and he also gets the training for the +5 accuracy. And we just get a straight path. I actually like that. Loot. Burn away the fog. In we go. Battle room. So we got some Onabi, we got some Shibito militia, and a gunner. Well, we can at least... Actually, we can't bleed the zombies. That's a little interesting. I'm going to use 1,000 cuts just to try to get rid of one of the Onabi. They have some really ridiculous dodge, so I'm not sure that's gonna be a thing. But we can definitely try. There we go. One down. Gonna Retribution. Actually hit it. I'm surprised. It's stunned. And I think you're about to go down. Oh, 2 health left. Well, there they go.
The onslaught. Destroy them.
And 1,000 cuts. Interesting. Well, I can hit the corpse. And I guess we're passing because I can't hit the guy in stealth. Lovely. Crush. Heal that little bit. And away you go.
As the fiend falls, a faint hope.
You bled on the captain's coat. Are you the captain? Why not say my coat? We'll use the anti-venom, get the... So, plus protection, minus stress, plus... Actually, no, just plus protection until camp. Which, there is no camp, so... That's a thing. Alright, so I have a chance to get a quirk that I like from this. Who do I want it on? The melee quirk, so let's go with Bearston. Nope, it just got the buff. So armor piercing until camp. This is a trap. Not the fun thing, so we'll just disarm it. I could de-stress using this, but it doesn't look like anything handy. Gonna try for the quirk again. Nope. So 30 armor piercing until camp with his mace. That makes a lot of sense. Bleeding the front rows. I don't want to see how face me would work. Minus damage from him. Plus damage onto him. Bloody cross. And then crush the Kappa. Who's now gonna bleed out?
Festering fear consumes the mind.
Bleeding both of them if we can. I mean, they got high resistances. 1,000
Their
cuts.
formation is broken.
Nice crit.
Maintain the offensive.
Whiplash. Nope. And bonk the ghost.
Confidence surges.
Not sure how that works, but you know, you do you. Maybe it's a cold iron thing. Cold iron works against ghosts, right?
Brought low and driven into the...
Or it's enchanted because the Great Thunderer. That's how those work, right? I bleed the fishy. Bled the fishy. Face me, just in case you get any ideas. Plus damage because fishy. Not in row 2 anymore. Retribution.
Impressive.
Row 2 really only matters for the stun, so there is that. Bleeding again.
Executed.
1,000 cuts. Even though it's one big slash.
Perhaps the turning point.
Alright. Can probably just whiplash and take out the Urier. We got some dodge going on. And retribution.
A devastating blow.
Bonk. I guess it's more of a chop, but nonetheless. Heal up with that food, take everything else for now.
Victory, nonetheless.
Is that really the last battle room? I mean, we're gonna keep going. Maybe we find something interesting. Dig through this. Torch up, we can eat. First hunger check, actually. See, we can use our key here, get some expensive items. Worth more than the key. Really, Bearstone? You can move back. We can face me on the Oni. Lovely. We'll just move back for now so we can do everything we need to with him. Then retribution for the riposte will stun the Uchihe. Maybe. Lots of dodge there. Alright, bleed him. Actually hit her. Although it's just the whore, so 1,000 cuts, Oni down. Private rations, healing up. Then I'm going to... Yeah, let's just hit the Kasa Obaka. Bleeding him for 3. Gonna crush, hitting Uchihe, taking him down. Whip, Kasa Obake bleeds out. I guess corpse is gone too.
A death by inches.
1,000 cuts, and then crush the ghost because mace makes sense. I mean, sword did too totally, but taking what we can. Oy vey, let's get rid of the deeds. You know, it wasn't too long ago that I was scrounging for those, and now it's like, don't give me them, please, I don't want them. Can probably get rid of these. There we go. Onward.
As the light gains purchase.
Got a room battle, or not a room battle, but a battle.
Made clear.
I'm not sure what the followers of the Rise you're hunting for you actually does, because this is what, the 5th or 6th time now? Maybe not that many. I've tried to get them into a fight and nothing, be it like champion level, veteran level, or what have you. And nothing. I legitimately don't know. I'm just surprised we stunned a ghost. Not sure how that one works. I'm not gonna ask how we stun a ghost.
Overconfidence is slow.
I legitimately do not want to know how we stun a ghost.
Packs.
Take the food, take the ruby, take the gold.
Supplies.
Take the gold. And one last chance at the quirk. We got Blade Master. So just to show you what I was going for there, it's not the best quirk in the world, but plus accuracy, plus crit, and plus damage on melee skills 3 on all 3 of them. So, I mean, it's a slight boost in all 3. It's good, but it's not a game changer. But it can be very good. So, got the Vagabond's Cloak for the Falconeer. I think I have this one, but I might not. Plus 10 dodge, minus 10 death blow resistance. So a good trade for something that could come and be very dangerous. About 14,000 gold, all things considered. Ah, hell. Well, Whitlock leveled up a bit faster. Bearston hit level 5. Bearston also got Sunward Explorer, so plus scouting chance in the Sunward Isles. Kinda makes sense with everything considered there. Christopher got Lazy Eye. And then on Nearing, so plus 10 damage on range skills. Egomania on Whitlock. Tapeworm on her. So she's gonna be out regardless for a little bit.
Ancient and
So I need to spend like 2 things to get rid of.
Better than the faith of its
I need to do a lot on her. I forgot about Heretic. I do need to get rid of Egomania. Then I should get rid of Heretic, and then I should get rid of the other one, the disease, Tapeworm. Tapeworm kind of comes last. So like, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna get rid of Egomania. Then I'm gonna get rid of Heretic. On Varsh, that's right. So I'm going to level these 3 up. Then while I'm leveling up the rest of the crew, I can probably finish leveling these 2 up with whoever's left around, I'm assuming. Veteran quests. I can take my chances at the Head Hoarder, or I can go and maybe play with the Basilisk. See what I have available. I have McBain. McBain would go best in first. Let's see here. I want to level Musashi. At the same time, like if I use him, I would feel bad about using McBain unless I did a Day of Ruin build on her, because he does best in front, and then she could, say, put herself in rank 1. After that, he's fine to do Flowing Water Cut, because everything except mini-bosses are gonna be at half health. So we could do that. Sure, let's go play in the Warrens. Actually, no, I want that on Musashi. I want to make sure he hits level 5. So I think this team will work out. So we're gonna be going in with Musashi just because he's fun, he is, and I want him to get to level 5, so we're gonna be putting the Ancestor's Portrait on him between the experience from the medium veteran, the Ancestor's Portrait, and the Kraken Ribbon. I think he'll break level 5. He only needs 10 Resolve experience. Should check this. Yeah, he should, because a veteran medium gives 6. 67% of that is going to be 4. That alone should bring him to 10, which is what he will need. The Kraken Ribbon on top of that should give like 2. So he'll get 12 Resolve experience from this. So the plan is for him to go with 6 Demon Banishment for his main attack. That's a huge hit. Doesn't do extra damage here because it's not versus yokai, but it will have armor piercing for a few things in here, mainly the Bristle and Bone. Flowing Water Cut to bypass guard, hit anything that's not in rank 1. Does huge damage, crit, and armor piercing versus anything anything that's below 50% health. Both of these will heal him if he takes a target out. And then we have Unanswered Perfection, moving him back into row 1, bypassing stealth, pulling his target to him, de-stealthing it for him, and then upping the damage and the crit that 6 Demon Banishment, his big hit, does for him. And then just for gigglies, I have the Forbidden Technique on him. For those of you who don't know what this actually does, it makes him go down to Death's Door, which, yes, is bad, but it 1 guarantees a critical hit, 2 it buffs his damage by what here says 45%, so it guarantees a critical at that bonus damage, and then buffs his damage by 9%. I believe it's for the entire quest. It could just be until camp, but every time you use this per battle, it will give him that 9% damage boost permanently until either camp or for the quest. And then it also buffs the stress he receives until it's either battle or for the camp. So the 45% damage is for the 1 hit. The 9% damage here is longer than the battle. It's really nice. And then if you take the target out with either 6 Demon Banishment or Flowing Water Cut, you heal your herself anyway. Just food for thought there. And then the other trinket I have other than the Ancestor's Portrait is the Bloodstained Saya. Gives him extra dodge, extra stress. On monster kill, he gets a permanent dodge boost. However, he also gets a permanent damage received boost. It's a little bit of a, he's harder to hit, but when you hit him, you hit him harder. It stacks both ways. It's the same as the Forbidden Technique here, so I believe it's until Quest, but it could be until camp. And then on crit, he will bleed himself 1 for 3 rounds. We then have Christopher, the Forlorn again, same as earlier today. I just kind of traded out one of the trinkets for Whip of Domination. So he does extra damage versus bleeding because we're in the Worms, extra bleed chance, extra bleed duration, minus bleeding resistance on him, and minus max HP. Christopher will also hit level 5, so I'll be done with him after this one for veteran levels. We then have Samuel the Halffoot, again with Mark Weak Point, Jugular Shot, Blinding Knife, and Guide Attack. They're kind of my favorite moves with him. I know I could use like Misdirect and Detect and Misdirect, things like that, but I like this moveset. It works really well in bleeding teams. Then the same old Murder Humanities, and I'm using the Bicorn Horn this time, plus debuff chance, so all his attacks that have debuffs are going to have plus 40% debuff chance. He has minus virtue chance. And the main thing on this is on a range hit debuff target for minus 25 bleed resistance, blight resistance, and minus 10% stun resistance, which goes into McBain having a stun chance on her. Not a very good stun chance, and I don't have anything upping her stun chance, just the debuff here lowering stun resistance. I don't have Dwayne on this time. I'm going for more of the damage on Day of Ruin, seeing how much that actually does. So McBain having Day of Ruin, like I said, it's a huge AoE. It shuffles her after I use it, so I can't spam it, and she does not have a move attached to her, so it's not like I can move her back into that. I have to rely on other people's moves, and no one else moves forward except for Musashi, so it's a 1 and I'm done move for the battle. After she uses that, we have either Rip and Tear or Bloody Gust. Rip and Tear debuffing target's protection, or unless she's in Bloodlust, in which case it will do damage versus bleeding. Bloody Gust doing an AoE bleed, and if she's in Bloodlust, it'll put a restoration on her. However, in Bloodlust, it also damages her, so that's a trade-off. And then rev up for an extra action. We then have the Nokogiri, so plus 5 accuracy, plus 20% damage if she's in normal or Bloodlust mode, minus 20% damage if she's in Sated mode. Sated mode only happens if she kills something in normal mode. And then I have the Bonesaw on her because a lot of people in this party do bleeding. It'll do 25% damage versus bleeding, and on melee hit, which is everything but Day of Ruin, she'll bleed something 1 for 3 rounds. So let's have some fun with some piggies. Maybe we find something. I just realized, no, we won't find something. We need to change that. My best chance at this is I'm gonna gimp Musashi a bit. So I know I just went over all this stuff. I want to find the Head Hoarder boss. It's like one of the few bosses I have not found, and supposedly, according to, I'm actually gonna take a screenshot of this right now. So I'm looking at this right now, but I'm gonna be posting a screenshot. So information about the Head Hoarder boss. Bring a vanilla head trinket to the Warrens. Vials will summon Flayers. Flayers will summon Vanguard. So I've seen both Vials and Flayers on this estate, but I've never seen a Vanguard. So Blushling Vanguard, something along those lines. Vanguards will summon a Head Hoarder. I've never seen the Head Hoarder. Easier to summon on champion since Vanguards will appear in normal mashes. Only Vials will appear on Apprentice. Very dangerous boss. Face only if you are okay with one of your heroes potentially dying. Yes, I am. Rewards 2 pulls from the collector trinket pool. That's all the information that there is on the page. So it says I need a vanilla trinket head. Dismas's head, Bariston's head, Junia's head. That's what that means to me. So we're gonna be using Dismas's head here because that's essentially what I'm losing here. 25 damage versus bleeding, 25 damage. I'm just not getting the melee hit bleed. Instead, I'm getting plus 20% stress, and we'll see what happens. So, in to play with some piggies. So grabbing some food, grabbing shovels, grabbing bandages. Actually, I'm just gonna bring a full stack of medicinal herbs there, a few keys, shovels, No, those aren't shovels, those are torches. Full stack of Kraken ribbons so everyone can level up. A yellow hand ribbon for scouting. What is accuracy? We want at least one because of accuracy reasons, it looks like. So two training ribbons coming right up. And I'm actually going to be bringing a performance ribbon just for some speed modifying reasons. The reason here being McBain has 6 speed. Actually, no, I don't care about that anymore because she doesn't have the plus damage versus bleeding, so never mind. I originally had wanted this because McBain had the Mimic Bonesaw. I wanted her to go after Christopher here because he was going to be using Bloody Cross a lot, but I don't care about that anymore. Other than that, because I might be running into the Head Hoarder or what have you, I'm going to bring one Anathenum for the debuff chance on Samuel. And we're going to bring some minus stress received. That's all I'm going to bring, just to make it sure that the boss is still hard, but he doesn't utterly destroy me because I don't have healing.
Even the
So Amphitheater on everyone, that's minus stress received. That's plus move resistance. Don't really care about the move resistance, it's just kind of attached. Anathenum has blight chance. Samuel doesn't have blight on him, so he gets plus debuff chance. Training ribbon was for Christopher because Bloody Cross only has 100 accuracy base. Also has plus protection, but once again, I don't really care about that. It's just attached to it. And this was because Day of Ruin only had 90 accuracy, so it has a 95 now. Yellow hand on Samuel, so he gets plus 10% scouting chance. Also, once again, comes attached with the plus monster surprise chance. I don't really care about that. I actually do wish that was not attached to it, but that's me personally. Then everyone gets a Kraken. So that's 25 resolve experience. They level up faster. It does come with a virtue chance attached. Once again, that is a thing that I actually wish was not attached to it. I am going to put the Grog on McBain. That seems really, really good. There's the secret room right here. So taking the 3 trapezohedrons, and we're going to go back down to the quest location.
Must be carried home.
So Samuel, bleed the cultist. Did not bleed him, that's fine, it's a low bleed chance. Now they're all bleeding. Summon our beast. Come here, buddy. Day of Ruin. Yeah, actually stunned one. So one bleeds out. One's almost bleeding. I can flowing water cut. Yeah, let's do that. So he'll heal. Marcher goes down before he gets an action.
Death by inches.
And then we can rip and tear.
Press disadvantage. Give them no quarter.
Private ration because you're bleeding. And then whiplash.
Falls. A faint hope blossoms.
Take it all. Default party order. Into the quest location we go. Brain sack. Gonna stack those up in the bottom left. And down we go. Samuel, medicinal herb. Use some food there, take that entire stack, and we're gonna trade the citrines out for some gold. Then we can use the torch and move on along. More grog for our McBain friend. Surprised she's still standing after all of that. And over we go. Surprised we didn't scout actually, but alright. So what we're gonna do is jugular shot the one way and back. Knew it wasn't gonna bleed, but whatever. Feed the beast. Vroom vroom. Day of Ruin.
surges as the enemy
I think she cleared them. I also just realized something. How dangerous do you think that is in here? Are we collapsing tunnels? Search the body. Take the key, take the money. On we go. Samuel, you good there? Let's use some food. I got an extra stack. They're really not liking Samuel. We are gonna go at the Leech, because everything else should be pretty easy. A bloody cross hitting these three. Feed the beast. Day of Ruin. I'm not expecting a stun, but that cleared two of them. I'm guessing he's passing all the bleed to the Thrall there, okay. And then Musashi can actually do Flowing Water Cut, just to show you. This is 6 Demon Banishment, 8 to 17, 1% crit. Flowing Water Cut, 26% crit, 9 to 19 damage. We'll go with that. And also no move back.
Destroy.
Probably should have done the forbidden technique there, but that's fine. And then pluck. I think he goes down to bleed. Oh, no, resisted. I can't do anything from here. Bloodlust. Pass. Can't really hit row 4. Let's get rid of a body. And then we can Flowing Water Cut him. So what I could do here, which is a little dangerous, because like I said, is I could Forbidden Technique into Flowing Water Cut, and that would raise his damage for the rest of the dungeon. So yeah, plus damage received until quest completed, plus 9% damage for the entire quest, but plus 45% damage for this one hit. And it guarantees the crit, and then he heals based on critting. Because we have Bloodstained Saya, he did bleed himself. So it is a little dangerous to do at the end of a fight, just because you don't have anything else to heal off of, unless you have bandages. A skeleton key this. Samuel might get me a key back. Nope.
For a task well performed.
Alright, leaving crest, default party order. Let's go up because I want to continue this section here. They can eat. No, scout. I feel cheated. I'm gonna go to this battle, go back in here, then go right, and since that's scouted, we might be alright. Hey, Chirurgeon, stumbling patient, conductor, and patient. Alright, well, the crafty conductor needs to go.
A devastating blow.
Bleed them all. He bleeds out. Day of Ruin.
Formation is broken.
Yay, she's in front. So, like I said, I'm going to be a little silly with this. Takes extra damage now. Or, extra stress, rather. But now we're going to guarantee the crit against the one that's healing.
Obliterated.
I'm also bleeding now because of that. I'm assuming that he can take out the other patient too, so that's kind of why I did that. We're going to start on the Chirurgeon. Thankfully, we didn't get blood for that. A bloody... We're gonna go into Bloodlust. Just because we don't do as much damage insated. You also can heal off of corpses with the Wanderer. I just kind of destroyed the way of doing that, but that's fine.
Festering fear consumes the mind.
Take out the patient to heal again. We are going to Hunter's Strike, do extra damage. Heal that little bit, then Hunter's Strike for extra damage. If this crits, it would have taken him out. Otherwise, we are going to flowing. Oh, I guess he takes himself out with bleed. Does anyone have a disease? Cause leeches. Nope. We are going to take those. Getting rid of the blood for the other one. Gonna heal with that food. Taking the money. The leeches only sell for 1,000, so screw that. Although I am in the Warrens, I might get a disease. That might be handy to hang on to. Full party order. Let's go. Actually, we got 3 people bleeding. That's 5. That's 2. That's not bad. Thing is, there's so much food in the Warrens that I can usually heal that bleed. Alright, so we're gonna take that. Take the key. Leave the money. Alright. Samuel, if you would. Thank you for food. You can have one. Musashi have one? Alright. Take the jade. Leave that. If you don't know why I'm leaving... Ooh, Rocket Behemoth. If you don't know why I'm leaving the journals, they can actually crash modded estates if you get journals that are associated with any of the modded characters. And mainly if you try to take modded characters off of estates after you've read one of their journals. So that's just me trying to be safe after like losing week 75 estate already this more or less season. And that's not what caused the crash as far as I know. But once again, just me being, you know, safe.
The blood quickens.
Tidal vomit just sounds ever so gross. Alright, 6 demon banishment, up to 34 damage before crit. We hit max, that's lovely. And then Samuel misses. Alright, we're gonna heal that little bit.
Diminished.
And then we're just gonna whiplash. Uh, 23 or bleed for 5. We'll do the 20. I thought I hit Rip and Tear. I did not. But we will do Flowing Water Cut here just because the extra crit. Which is actually gonna bleed him. Hunter Strike, and he's down.
Victory. Perhaps the turning point.
Alright, taking what we can, which is nothing. Default party order. We're good. Oh, Samuel may not be good. There we go. Scout? No? Okay. Yeah, Samuel has 1 health left. That's not good. Hunger check, they can eat. Here we go. Hey, food stuff. And take that. Stacks up, thankfully. Anything over here? Maggots. I love maggots. Let's see how many of them I can take out before the thing eats. 4 speed, so it could be a good number of them. McBain. Let's go.
A brilliant
Day of Ruin.
purpose.
Hey, he didn't eat. An unanswered perfection, bring him out of stealth. Bonk. Really feels like that's what it is, just a bonk with that. It doesn't bleed, it's just... Oh, the arrow touched you. Now we can leave the portrait.
So clearly in view. Or is it merely a trick?
Sack is empty. Alright, we're just gonna backtrack. I require attention. No you don't. No you don't. Take torch, take key. Well then don't step on the trap. Has anyone told you that? Should yell at the scouter for not scouting. Oh, don't have Day of Ruin for this. We are going to rip and tear and take out the sculptor. That sounds like a great idea. Bloody cross. I'm disappointed in you. Jugular shot. Hey, you hit. Unanswered perfection. Bring him up front. Take him out of stealth. Oh, this is gonna hurt.
Teetering on the brink, facing the abyss.
We'll bloody gust and bleed. We did not bleed. That's actually where I wanted her. Thank you. So, I actually think I'm going to take out this pig sticker, but nonetheless. I will hit both of them with this. Get them bleeding. 6 demon banishment.
Decimated.
Jugular shot. You're already bleeding, so this should bleed you for more.
Singular strike.
So bleeding for 5. Unanswered perfection, so you can't go anywhere. No Lancey Lance for you. Gonna eat up to heal. I was gonna do Hunter's Strike, and then I realized that would move him out of place. I don't think he's actually immobilized. So I guess we're gonna do Whiplash.
Inspiration and improvement.
And actually it might work better if I mark him and then start bleeding him for more. He can hit rank 3, that's right. Well, that's not going to be a thing for long. So, okay, we're good, we're good. 6 demon banishment can actually take him out. Do I want to guarantee the crit? Because the thing is, we're already at 5 health. If we crit, we go to 0 anyway. Musashi, you do you, sir.
Their cursed champion falls.
Now at least we have some health after the bleed, and I can take the bleed off.
Seize this momentum.
Samuel needs food.
And
Take the ruby, take the emerald. So the thing is here, I can actually Oh, I don't want to camp because of that plus 60% damage, though. We can get rid of a torch.
The way is lit.
In default
The
party
path
order.
is clear. We require only
Use
the
that key.
to follow it.
I almost thought that was another mimic and I was going to go insane. Alright, we can disarm trap. I was really hoping for some food here. I don't know why it stalls me out every so often. Press location right here. I can end it, but I would like to keep searching for things because, once again, no fleshling. Is it just my luck? What's the deal here? I'm gonna get rid of the medicinal leeches there. So battle room with Curio. Hunger check. Pork chop. Because I know exactly what I'm looking for. The mod is installed. And it said I get maggots. I just need one fleshling.
Great is the weapon that
Even like the mod maker who told me they worked on this told me it's not that rare of a fight to find the fleshlings. And with how often I'm in here, this should not be that rare.
back to the pit. This expedition at least promises success.
Okay, I do not need the keys, it looks like. It's the other pillar. Well, if we're gonna get skunk drunk, you're gonna get skunk drunk. 90% damage until camp. Maybe the last battle has one, and then I can't even Day of Ruin. 120% damage until camp. No fleshling. Although we did get a sewer tunneler. He's adorable, right? Jeez, he has that much protection under there. The thing is, this Gluttonous Bullfrog can actually eat all of them, including the Swine spawn. We'll see how this works. Hey Ripperkin, you do you. Day of Ruin with only just 5 to 10 to the sewer tunneler, but 25 and 23. Cool. Now, I probably should get rid of the corpse so he doesn't eat the corpse. Let's get rid of the sewer tunneler. Now he's gonna eat both of them. Yep, ate the corpse. One hungry frog. Well, let's bleed him for extra.
Decisive pummeling.
Hit the sewer tunneler. Change to bloodlust just because we can. And she has to pass. And then I might be able to take... You know what? Let's unanswered perfection you. Really resisted. Thank you for that. No devour? Okay. Bleed out then. And then take out sewer tunneler.
Masterfully executed.
And then that'll be that.
The slow death, unforeseen.
And we can take that. You know, I have one more chance. I didn't think of that. I have one more chance at fighting the Fleshling. Default party order. Firewood. Now I lose my damage buff here.
Circle in the dark.
For
Battle may yet be won.
McBain, unfortunately. But I can do a terrible night. And it's going down. Let's give damage to Musashi. A terrible night and a horrible night. Hunter's Pride. And then because this could legitimately go into the boss, I'm going to stack damage. I'm going to draw the blade. And then because of all that stress, I'm going to lower some of it. And I knew this was going to be a nightmare. No Fleshling.
And boogeyman.
However, ambush, so it can't do Day of Ruin. So let's just rip and tear. And have some fun. Rev up. See if I can't take out Sewer Tunneler. No. Bloody Cross. Bleed 'em all. Blinding Knife to move back. Hit Swine Marcher. Then we're gonna do Bloody Gust, bleeding him. I think he bleeds out. Corpse gone as well. Unanswered Perfection. Locking Smith in front. Haha, you didn't move back. Although it was kind of funny to see everyone move. Six Demon Banishment, you're gone. Bonk. Bleed the Piggie.
The ground quakes.
Actually, I'm kind of surprised they didn't even find the scavenger in here. And go for the jugular.
As victories mount,
Take all.
so too will resistance.
Trade that for the emerald. Now, before I forget, yeah, Musashi was the one I wanted the portrait on. Okay, let's end the quest.
Our supplies are replenished.
So I did get the auctionable accessories that sell for another 4,000. I'm gonna sell those like right away, just so compounds with the bank that I have. And otherwise, 28,000 from collectible treasure, 6,750. So that's roughly 35,000 gold. Cool. I totally forgot that I had crust in my inventory. Didn't even register. So Musashi hit level 5 as predicted. Christopher hit level 5 and got chronic fatigue. I'm gonna have to get rid of that, but I got time. Otherwise, Photomania on McBain, so minus torch if torch minus stress if torch above 75. Mechanophobia, so minus damage versus warp engineer, and minus trap disarm chance. I actually kind of want to get rid of that because of the trap disarm chance. Cove Explorer on Christopher, Fear of Eldritch on Christopher, and Musashi got runes Scrounger, so plus scouting chance.
A modest offering.
And the big thing here, which is kind of nice, not that I don't have the gold for it, but bumper crop. Supplies and provision cost minus 100% next week. Why did this look weird? Not sure why there's this little bump here, but that just looked weird to me. Alright, Sanitarium. Does Whitlock have anything else I need to get rid of? Yes, she has Heretic. Getting rid of Heretic. Samuel has Mechanophobia. That's what it was. McBain is fine, although Calm could go away because that's kind of screwing some of her stuff, but I can deal with that later. Musashi's fine. Christopher needs to get rid of Chronic Fatigue. And otherwise, we're fine. Yeah, this would be the time to start going in on those quirks, so let's start looking. I kind of want to get rid of both slow reflexes and heavy footed on her. That's kind of affecting things, but I can come to that at a later point, I think. Maybe if I'm not using her and someone else that doesn't have the treatment word there. Oh yeah, we can get rid of Laudanum Penchant. That would be a good one. Get rid of Laudanum Penchant here just because minus accuracy and minus dodge for Laudanum isn't in inventory. That's kind of a pain in my butt that I'm never going to get done. Nothing here. And Stagecoach. I mean, this would be good if things go really south in the estate. Just getting Pyrex. I don't... or a new Plague Doctor, because I think I lost Para at one point.
Better laboratory than the blood-soaked.
But I don't expect that to happen, or at least not that much. And like I said, we're going to sell the auctionable accessories. We're going to sell the health stone. Just a few things that I've accumulated that I don't really care about. Alright, so I'm still going to be trying to do... I suppose I can do the farmstead. So I guess we're going to be going to the farmstead next just because that's going to be quick and that's going to level people up. I'm not sure who all I'm going to bring for it, but we're just going to be belting out the veterans now because there's not too many here left, truth be told. So, I mean, once we get them all up to champion, that's pretty much gonna be that. So that'll be it for this time. Next time, going to the farmstead, leveling people up, and then yeah, pretty close to champions now. So that'll be it for this time. As always, I wish you all well. I'll see you next time, and please have a good one.